guys, so I hope you guys are enjoying the other videos, but it's getting kind of cold out and it's really cold out today, so I figured since I can't really do too much outside, I just wanted to do like a how-to of how to drive manual. I know there's a lot of videos out there of how to do it already, but I just figured I'd give you my own version of it. So yeah, we'll get into it as soon as this car warms up a little bit. I'll pull it out of the garage and we'll get into this. If you're liking the video so far, if you could give this a like, and if you could subscribe to my channel if you want to continue watching the build. The build's going to take place as soon as I get home. I'm going to start ordering parts like as I'm gone, so I can't wait for that, and I hope you guys enjoy that because I'm hoping it's going to be crazy, but we'll see. Alright guys, so I just got to a little parking spot, so I just wanted to, I guess, show you from a perspective of like somebody that has never driven manual, like everything you need to do. So first thing when you come into a manual car, so obviously you got your shifter. So if you shake it back and forth, it's in neutral. So like this, the car can't stall or anything, so it's fine. So first thing, I always like to keep my car in gear when I'm parking it, and I'll also keep the e-brake up. So right now we're in park, so e-brake, and I usually will throw it in gear. So make sure it's in neutral, and then over here, if you can see, you have 3 pedals. So you have your clutch, you got your brake like normal, and then you got your gas over here if you can see that. So when you're starting the car, you have to press this clutch down, and then you got to keep it in, well, you don't have to keep it in neutral, but you want to make sure you're in neutral so the car doesn't jump and doesn't stall. So now you can start it like normal. So now you're started. So now you can get off the clutch. You're good to get off the clutch because you're in neutral. If you were in gear, then you wouldn't be able to do that, otherwise the car would stall and it would jump. So now also we're gonna start to drive. So you want to pull your e-brake down, and you want to keep your foot on your brake, because if you don't want the car to roll. So that's just like normal, you know. So foot on the brake. Right now we're flat, so we don't really need to keep it on the brake. So I can just take it off, and I'm gonna switch over to my other camera so you can see a perspective of me, and then I'm gonna try to show you my footwell and what I do with my feet. So let me get my other camera on. All right guys, so we're back on the other camera, and then I'm gonna have my GoPro going to try to show you the footwell positions. So all right, let's get into this now. GoPro going. So here are my footwells. Now I'll show you from here, put it in gear, and now we're gonna make the car move. So hopefully you can see it better this way, maybe, I don't know. So you want to basically give it a little bit of gas. So gas to about 1500 maybe, just kind of idle it there, and then you want to slowly get off the clutch and just keep it there until you start to feel the car move. And if you can see in my other camera, the car is starting to move, and then you want to keep slowly getting off the clutch. Oh shoot. So now we're moving, and you can get off the clutch because you don't want to ride the clutch, that's not good for it. And then we're moving. So now say we want to come to a stop, you want to clutch in and brake like normal. And then we're still in gear, so you can put it back to neutral, and then now you can get off of everything else. So now let's try that again. So brake, clutch in, put it in gear, show you my foot position again. So we're revving to about 1500 again, just keep it normal, and slowly getting off the clutch. And now we're moving. Sorry, I don't have anything to hold this camera. It's very slick up there. And then to stop again, clutch in, brake. So super simple. Put it back to neutral. Something I want to say too. So when you're driving manual, every clutch is different on a manual. So all of them kind of grab at different points. So it's kind of a lot of trial and error about where your clutch actually bites. So with this car, I'd say it's about halfway. So about halfway of letting off the clutch, then you'll start to feel the car move. So that's all you really have to do, is you just kind of keep playing around with it until you're moving and you're not really bucking the car so much. It's a lot of trial and error between the gas and the clutch. You want to be very I guess gentle with both of them, and just you want to be very even with it too. You don't want to give it so much gas and then just go really slow on the clutch, because then you're riding the clutch a lot more. Also, if you could also, if you give it a lot of gas and you just get off the clutch too fast, the car is going to start bucking and moving all around and stuff. So that's like another thing. So it's all about like practice, about like feathering the clutch and the gas until you just kind of find that sweet spot where the car is just kind of moving slow, and it's not really like you're giving it too much gas or you're giving it too little gas. Because if you give it too little gas, there's a chance that you'll stall the car. And then if you give it too much gas, you can get off the clutch too fast, possibly. So yeah, it's just a lot of trial and error with that. And then I guess I'll show you now. I'll show you a gear change. It's literally the same exact thing. It's actually a lot easier doing a gear change than starting off. So first and reverse are definitely the hardest thing. But other than that, once they're moving and stuff, like, it's a lot easier. So I want to show you two. Every manual is different. So mine is a 5-speed transmission. So as you can see on the ball, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then reverse. So first is to the left all the way and up. Second is down all the way to the left. Middle is third. Straight down is fourth. And then up and to the right is fifth. So every car is different. It might not always be laid out like this. In my grandpa's old car, like first and his is a 3-speed, and first, second, and third are in completely different spots. So keep that in mind too. Just make sure, like, whatever you're driving, what the layout is. So I'm gonna show you now putting it in gear. So I'm on the clutch, I put it in gear, and now we're gonna do the same thing where we're feathering. Let me show you on my GoPro. So we're feathering, a little bit of gas, a little bit of clutch, getting off of it slowly. Now we're moving. So as you can see, we're moving. No longer have to be on the clutch anymore. And that's pretty much it. So clutch in, brake again. So now I want to show you a gear switch. So I'm gonna get up to speed a little bit more, because you don't need to just switch the gear. We're in a parking lot, so we're not really going too fast, but I'm just gonna get into second and try to show you the process of that. It's a little hard to film, I guess, me showing you here, so you're not possibly gonna be able to see the footwell and this at the same time. So I'm gonna try to just show you both with the GoPro. So all right, so same thing, get off of it slowly, get the car moving. So we're moving now. Just gonna turn around real quick because the parking lot ended. This is a really small parking lot. I don't want my camera to fall. So we'll give it a little bit more gas and then switch into second. And same thing. So I just did the same thing on the clutch, where I just feathered it and I got off of it real quick. You don't have to do anything crazy. And it's a lot easier once the car is moving. And then now to stop, obviously, brake, clutch in. And we're in second. So I'm gonna try to show you that again, but I'm gonna show you it on the camera and show you it without the footwell position. So all right, so first I had my foot on the clutch, as you can see, all the way down. We're in first. Let's start moving. So we're moving, and then let's go to second. So clutch in, second, get off the clutch. And that's really it. There's not too much more to it. I just wanted to say also, as like a little tip, when you're first learning, it can be a little frustrating, like stalling the car out and stuff. So one of the biggest tips, if you feel like the car is about to stall, because you can kind of sense it, just push the clutch in. Like, that's all you got to do. If the car's about to start bucking and stuff, like, all you got to do is not get off the clutch. You just push it down, and it'll keep the car alive, and you won't have to worry. And then you can just restart and just focus on trying to be very gentle with getting off the clutch, not getting off of it too fast, and giving it the right amount of gas. So just keep playing around with that, and then you guys should be good. And just always remember, like, if you're about to stop and stuff, like, either throw the car into neutral, because that's totally fine. If you throw the car in neutral, you don't have to be on the clutch anymore. All you have to do is, you know, if you're braking, you can just hit the brake, and you don't have to be on the clutch, because it won't stall the car out once you're in neutral. So just remember that, because I remember when I was first starting, I would forget to put my foot on the clutch and stop, and then the car would stall, and then I have to restart the car. Like, I'd have to start the car again. So if that's one tip I can give. Just remember to do that. Also, like whenever you're parking and stuff, remember to throw up your e-brake, because there's no putting it into park like in a regular automatic. So that, and then I always like to put it in gear as well in case my e-brake fails, because you never know. So right now the car is still running, but if I was to turn it off, I would throw it into either first or reverse, and then you're good to go. So yeah, guys, now that I got the car back in the garage, I also forgot to say, so I kind of rushed the part about like changing gears, so I just want to go over that again real quick. So you only really need to change gears when you start hearing the car really like get up in RPMs and watching your RPMs start to really like go up. So in this car, if you can see, it taps out at about 6,000. That's like the red line. So here, let me turn that on. There, you can see it a little bit better. So around 6,000, that's when you're in the red. So the red is bad. You don't want to be in there, because if you keep it there, you can blow the motor. So you got to remember to change gears. But basically, for like fuel efficiency and stuff, and just not really revving it out too much, I usually change around 2.5 to 3,000 RPMs. That's a safe amount. And you know, basically the same steps like I was saying before. So you'll push the clutch in. So say we're in first and we're going to second. You'll keep your clutch down. You'll keep your foot down on the clutch. You put it into second, and then you're gonna give it a little bit of gas, and then just slowly get off the clutch. And with that, it's not as touchy as when you're first starting the car out. So when you're changing gears like that, it's not as touchy as like when you're first starting out. So it makes it a lot easier to not stall the car. Because when you're in first and you're just starting to get the car to roll and stuff, it's a lot easier to get the car to stall. Whereas once you're going, you know, sometimes you can just get off the clutch real fast, and it's pretty at least this car is really forgiving, and it's probably not going to stall. Good chance it won't. It'll start bucking and stuff like this a lot, but it won't stall. So like I said before, if you guys enjoyed this video and you got something from it, I hope you can give it a like. If you can comment, if you can give me any tips about how to make my videos better, that definitely helps. Even just support, that definitely helps. And if you want to see the rest of the build of this car, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff on it once I get back. So I hope you guys follow that journey. And I can't wait to start getting into this. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Peace out.